Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Tropics Talk. It is Tuesday, May 25th, and happy to say it's quiet once again across the Atlantic. Last time we talked on Friday, we were tracking two areas in the Atlantic potential development, one in the Gulf of Mexico, one that eventually became Ana, both of which are now long gone. Ana, yes, became subtropical, briefly a purely tropical storm, and then got absorbed into a cold front, which you now see streaking off into the North Atlantic, and nothing left out there. In fact, very, very quiet. Mainly clear skies across the Gulf of Mexico, just about all the Caribbean. The open Eastern Atlantic looking quiet, too. Just that little front moving across Bermuda. That's really the only feature of interest in the Atlantic right now. And that's what we expect. Early season, preseason technically, but the early part of the season tends to be awfully quiet. When you look at the curve we'll be looking at pretty frequently here as we head through hurricane season, showing you activity over the past 100 years. Again, this is plotting out each and every tropical storm and hurricane that has formed when they have been active over the last 100 years. June, July tends to be pretty quiet. Things start to ramp up as we go through August, peaking with that activity in September and through mid to late October. Why? Well, because to get a tropical system to form, you really need three ingredients: warm waters, talking water temperatures over 78 degrees, deep tropical moisture, and low wind shear. Not a lot of real estate out there right now where waters are warm enough to support a tropical cyclone. The Caribbean and the equatorial Atlantic, that's about it. In fact, right now, even the main development region in the Atlantic is just too chilly. We have to wait until August, really, to start to get those storms that form off the coast of Africa that we track all the way across the basin. Along with that, there's a whole lot of dry air out there across the Atlantic right now. You can see that on the satellite presentation. A lot of this is air that originates in the Saharan desert, Saharan air that we track early on in the season. One pocket of it stretching from Africa all the way to the eastern Caribbean islands, then a little pocket of dry air too, helping to keep us dry right now across the state of Florida, and there in the Florida Straits and the northern part of the Caribbean. Again, also helping to keep things quiet. So no surprise, no development expected, at least through the next 5 days. This is per the Hurricane Center's latest update, and likely to be a bit longer than that. But there are some hints when you look at the longer range of the models. Perhaps something tries to get together in the first week or so of June. We're going to keep it with the GFS forecast model going forward from here because it's the one that really is showing those signs of things coming together. So if you're watching this from Southwest Florida, you know that we've been dry of late. In fact, we're waiting on our rainy season to begin here, which is odd because usually we settle into that in the middle part of May, but we've had dry air in place that has kept things bone dry. Well, as we go forward in the models here, and this is by next Monday, so Memorial Day, deep tropical moisture finally returned to Southwest Florida, and I think we're finally getting our rainy season pattern going. And along with that, the model's hinting that we're going to get sort of a surge of tropical moisture to begin to lift northward out of the Caribbean, going through the late part of next week and sort of the second week in June. This is by next Friday, so again, nearly 2 weeks out at this point. Whole lot of deep tropical moisture in the Caribbean, and it is trying to spin up something that drifts northward late in the period. We're talking 380 hours out, so you can't put much stock in this other than, again, it's hinting that perhaps there'll be something to watch out there. In fact, as we dive deeper into the ensemble, so we're taking that model, an ensemble, we tweak it a number of different ways and run a number of different ways, and when you see sort of the same solution coming out, you start to sort of take notice. In particular, the GFS ensemble has weak low pressure in the southern Caribbean drifts northward. I think sort of that Central American gyre setup that often occurs early in the season. You get broad easterlies across the Caribbean, westerlies into the Eastern Pacific, broad low pressure, and the GFS in particular is one that likes to develop things out of that and drift it north. Early in the season, we often see storms form in this way, so again, I think it's just an indicator that at this point in the longer range, something we'll be watching for. But at least in the near term, at least in the official start of hurricane season, we'll be keeping things quiet. And that typical quiet continues again, at least for the next 5 days. But we'll be watching as we go into the second week of June. Perhaps we get something going. Regardless, we'll be here watching anything and everything that forms here on ABC 7. Be sure you tune in tonight, 6, 7, and 11. JP will have a full update on anything and everything going on out there across the Atlantic and back here in Southwest Florida. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Jim Dickey. Have a great day.